This is Amazing Towing. I wanted to show you this video so you will get a glimpse of what it will be like once you get into a one-on-one coaching with me. You get a chance to actually be in the field. I take you one by the hand and show you every aspect, which is different from reading a book, going to some seminar where they pack you in a house or in a hotel room for 3 days and fill your brain with information. When you leave, you are so confused, you are overwhelmed, you don't know where to start. In my case, I take you from day one to show you the basics. Then we go to the sophisticated. You get to talk to owners, you get to talk to escrow company, you get to talk to title company, you get to talk to the city, code enforcement, contractors. You go through the whole process when you get on one-on-one training. So when you're done, you have the skill to do the same thing that I do and the skill to make 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000, okay, per deal. And you will never ever have to look for a job in your life. So I want you to listen to one of my students. This video is pretty long, so I'll probably play about half of it. Once you become a student, you get to listen to the entirety of the video and another 20, 30, 40 different videos that I've recorded over the years that shows you exactly how the process works. So here goes, let me play the video so you could hear it. Okay, this is Amazing Towing. I am recording this to show you prospective students, mentees or apprentices, the process, the anatomy of a real deal, okay, from A to Z. You will get to watch this video in its entirety once you become a coaching student or an apprentice. But I'm going to give you a sample from one of my students who is actually being coached right now, hands-on. So he gets to do this on a regular basis. He finds the property, I show him what to do from A to Z. He does everything from going to the city to get permits, talking to contractors, talking to lenders. Anything that I could do, I let him do it and make the mistake first, and then I correct him where he makes a mistake, or I give him directions. Okay, so I'm going to play the video. The video is pretty long, so I'm going to play segments of it, and then if you want to watch the whole video, once you become one of our coaching clients, you will see this video in its entirety. And it's so important that you actually get a chance to watch this video completely, because it tells you exactly what a deal is all about. When you go to those seminars, they don't give you all this information, but I'll let you guys kind of watch it right now. We recorded this at one of the properties we just bought, and Andre is my apprentice student. He found this property, and I'll let him tell the story once we get there. So here we go. Okay, this is Amazing Towing. I am on Village, one of the properties we just bought. Andre, what happens to the lights here? There's supposed to be lights there, right?
You know what, the electrician
Yeah.
took it off, I think, because the switch and the wiring was missing. So he said he couldn't get to it, but he scrapped it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then we probably have to paint it, right?
Yeah. Or something.
Yeah, we gotta paint it or do something with it.
You got it in the house kind of thing and stuff up?
Why you could have just left it there, and put a decorative light in it?
Yeah, maybe put a decorative.
Yeah, so we'll take it out and put a decorative light, because it's kind of ugly. It looks like there's a pipe going through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're shooting a video. This is the house we just bought, and I'm going to take you guys through the process of what it took. We just installed the alarm. We installed this alarm because of the vandals, of what happened before we bought the house, So I'm going to go through the process of all the paperwork that you need. Because when you go to these seminars, right, you don't get all this paperwork. So right now, you probably might have to do a little bit of adjustment here, right? Okay, so if you see me, then we'll continue with the video. Okay. All right, am I in the center? Okay. All right, so now, buying and selling houses is more than just going to some seminar I'm gonna kind of shut it off, because I said, I'm not supposed to get on the camera. Okay, I got off the camera because, anyway. So buying and selling, this is Amazing Towing. I'm the founder of GICdealfinders.info and the Magic of Real Estate, where I show ordinary folks how to make extraordinary income using real estate as a vehicle. Okay, so if you want to make money, as far as I'm concerned, real estate is the vehicle of choice. And you can follow me around, because that is really easy. That's why we have you as a cameraman. So Andre, right here, is the camera guy, and he's learning. As you guys can see, this is not it's not one of those elaborate productions. It's real. It's a real life, right? So, so one of the things I want to show is this. I've been to a lot of seminars. I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands, probably close to $100,000 on seminars, okay? And one thing I find that is common with all these seminars is that I actually had achieved a lot of success before going to the seminars. I went to some seminars before, but I continue to go to seminars because I'm very curious. I always want to learn more, learn more. But one thing I found out is that when I go to these seminars, they give me all these huge manuals, okay? And they charge me thousands for them, okay? Come to find out, what did I do? When I get home, I get overwhelmed. So I just put the manuals under my bed, and and I never do anything. In most cases, most people don't. That's why 95% of the people haven't bought any property since they went to the seminar, okay? And so I decided, well, if I'm going to show people how to do this, I want to take them by the hand, okay, and teach them. And that's what I'm doing with Andre. So, Andre, you can come on the camera right now, okay? So this is Andre. Andre is like my apprentice, right? He's learning grounds up, okay? And I'm teaching him everything. And the way I'm teaching him is that I'm making him do the work. So if something needs to be done on the house, he calls me, I tell him what to do, then he goes and do it. And so he's experienced the process of finding the house, right? What do you tell them? Tell them what you've learned, in terms of from day one.
Okay, from day one, well, originally I got involved with GIC as a property locator, okay? Because I always had a knack for real estate or wanting to get involved with real estate. And I've done some dabbling. I've done some dabbling here and there, but I got involved with Tonyan, and wow, what a difference. He grabbed me by the hand and pretty much showed me the ropes and showing me the ropes. And so I went out on the prowl looking for a property, because he said the first thing we need to do was find a property. So I went and I found this property. It was, when I discovered it was boarded up. The garage door had a big, gigantic board on it. So that gave me a clue that something was wrong with the property. It was vacant. So I got out of the car, went around the back, came to the back sliding door. It was open, walked through the house and noticed that it had been vandalized, and that copper was taken, electrical wires were taken, and pretty much the home was trashed. So what we did, I took the information down, contacted Tonyan, and pretty much he took it from there. And so he was able to locate the homeowner, okay, and pretty much he was able to acquire the property. And so from that point, Tonyan started to get me more involved into the whole transaction. And so he started to give me assignments on what to do, okay? And so I've already dealt with contractors, dealt with the city, dealt with many different people in regards to the process. And so anyway, it's a lot different than what I thought I would be doing. Because a lot of times, people think, okay, you just go buy a property or you just go, flip this deal or something, but it's so much more involved, okay? And if you don't know the answers to those questions that you're going to be presented with, then you're going to run into a wall. And that's what I think most people find themselves. They get excited and they go run out there and do it, but then they run into a brick wall because they can't answer a particular question or a situation they can't, get the answers to. So Tonyan's been very, very knowledgeable in that regard, and so he would kind of just put me out there and tell me go do this and go do that, and let me kind of, you know,
Swim or
swim or sink. And so, and he would say, hey, go to the city. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do at the city? Well, just go request a demand. Well, how do I do that? You know, so I'm asking these questions to myself, like, but I don't want to act like, you know, I'm not willing to go, or even I'm afraid, but okay, so I go. So then I get to the counter, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm asking the guy for a demand. He's like, what kind of demand? So I can call Tony on the phone and say, hey, listen, I'm looking for a property demand for this particular property. And Tony would guide me through the whole thing while I'm holding the phone, talking to the guy at the same time. I'm like, hey, Tony, he's asking me this. And, you know, I'll go back and forth. But it's all learning. He, you know, teach me how to do this. So now I've done it a few times. And so now I'm more comfortable to go to the city, and I realize it's part of the process, even when you have to pull a demand on a property or you get work permits, things like that. And so all that stuff I would never even thought of that I would have to do, and, you know, working with real estate foreclosures and things like this, and acquiring property in this regard. So anyway, it's been a roller coaster, and one that I'm delighted to be on. So it's cool. It's really cool.
Now, one of the reasons I made Andre go do all that is because all the things that I made him go to the city to do, I could do on the phone. But I know how to get around doing all these things on the phone, right? If you're new, someday you're going to end up in front of the city clerk asking for stuff. So you have to know how to navigate the city hall, right? You have to know where to get the demand, where to turn on order, where to get permits, where to talk to the code enforcement guy, right? Okay, to remove the liens on the property. This property has been vacant for 5 years, which means the owner didn't make payment on this house for 5 years, right? Not only that, if he was as smart as myself, or eventually Andrew will get as smart as me, right? Okay, or if he knew what to do, okay, he could have stayed here and negotiated with his mortgage company, okay, to allow me to close, okay? But I told Tyler that I don't want to pay the demand. I'm going to take the title subject to the demand. What does that mean? It means that, is that about it? You hear, I mean, we have people here working, so, you know, so if you hear, that's fine. That's okay, don't worry about it. We didn't plan on this, but hey, that tells you right there that this is live, right? Right. It's not one of those staged reality shows. This is real show. So the reason I didn't want to pay the demand is this. You know, it was like, well, how did the city incur $5,000 on this property? But I can't fight that when I'm buying the house. So I took it subject to, I already calculated it as part.
Okay, I paused the video for a little bit so I can take you through the beginning of this property. I'll show you the contract and a few more minutes of this video. It's a pretty long video because I think we recorded the video. It took us about an hour or something. You will get to see the whole video in its entirety once you become a member or you sign up for this one-on-one coaching. And if you want to sign up, you could go to the magicofrealestate.info to sign up. If you're watching this video, you probably got an email from us, you know, on this program to sign up. So you could go, I put it here, you know, so you could go to the magic of real estate. Of real estate. .info. Okay, that's it for you manually. All right, so let's continue with the video.
From the beginning, right? Because Andre stated earlier that, you know, we have to find this owner. This property has been vacant for 5 years, 2009, by the time we got it, right? So I met with the owner. When I met with the owner, first we had to skip trace him. I called him at work. He talked to me and he said, look, so I don't own the property. I want the lender to the property. So I said, no, the lender didn't take the property. You own it. And most people that are in foreclosure sometimes are in denial. So they leave the house because they don't know what to do, right? So I told him, you own the house. The reason the lender is not taking your house is because the moment they take your house, they have to figure out how to sell it. Between the time they took it from you and selling it, right, they're liable for it. And so most lenders wait until they have to absolutely take your house. That's why you have almost 1 million houses out there that are vacant. And that's why if you're watching this and you're not a property locator, you need to log on to www.vicdealfinders.info, become a member, locate the property. If I buy it, I give you 5 macaroons, right? $5,000. You get $5,000. So, so I called the guy. I went to see him at work, okay, and I told him, you own the property. I can buy it from you, and I'll worry about the rest, okay? And he said, just get it out of my name. I'm tired. These lenders have been screwing me for 5 years. They do all kind of stuff, okay? So I took out my yellow card, and I wrote the contract right there. This is the contract right here. This is the contract that bought this property, right? Most people think you have to type the contract, right? If you're dealing with one of those agents, they will tell you, well, you can write a contract on this. Well, I've written a lot of contracts on my yellow card. Because a contract is a meeting of the mind between two people. Okay? A real estate contract has to be in writing. Okay? You have to have an agreed time of performance. You have to have some kind of consideration. And you have to have what you are selling. I think there's about 4 items, that makes up the contract. So I wrote up the contract, right? Okay, so it says right here, real estate purchase contract. For value received, the undersigned agrees to sell to Guarantee Investment Company, trustee of the Pumpkin Girl Trust, dated January 2014. Now, purchase price to be $10, right? Can you see that? You see the $10?
Yeah.
Okay, so purchase price to be $10. Buyer has the right to occupy premises immediately. Okay, that gives me control of the property so that I could stem any further damage. So the property address, that's the owner's signature, that's my signature. Now if you notice, I put this property in trust. Okay, the reason I put it in trust, Pumpkin Girl is my daughter's pet name, right? The reason I put it in trust is to prove to you that buying a house or a property in the US is one of the easiest things you could do once you know how to do it, okay? You could buy a property or a house without proof of anything. You don't need proof of, you don't even have to show ID. You could show up to a property seller, buy their house, you don't have to prove anything. You go to buy something at the store and they're asking you for your proof, your mother's maiden name, your father's, you understand? But you can buy a house and you don't have to show anything. And I've bought a lot of houses. So this is the contract. That's the whole contract. Okay. Then after the contract, okay, I want to further show that nothing has to be typed. Okay, because the laws have made it so simple, such that you could actually write everything longhand. Okay, so I wrote the grand name longhand. Okay, and I'll show you a copy of it right here. And then I took it to this county recorder's office. Okay, the day I took it, I actually took my son and daughter with me. Okay, so that they can see what a grand deed looks like. So we went to record it. This is the grand deed. Okay, and this is exactly how it was recorded. Okay, you can see this is my writing. I wrote it longhand, right? Most people will tell you, well, especially if you go to one of those escrow companies, or you're dealing with one of those agents, they will tell you, well, this is not possible, nobody's going to take it. Okay, so I took my son and daughter there. This is the recorded page of it. That's the copy, right? It says right here. See the county recorder? See it right there? This time? Right? See this area for recorders only, right? So I took my daughter just to show her how the process works, right? We were there for like about 20, 30 minutes, and she was like dancing and asking me, Dad, why do we have to come here to record this? Why don't we just record it at home? You know, she was thinking of that mic recorder that she has. Okay, so as you can see, so once I get control of the property, okay, and this is the instrument. I call this your instrument of control. Okay, two things control a property.
Okay, so you get to watch the rest of the video where I talk about the control of a property. You know, there are two things that control a property. Once you get hold of those two things, you are in complete control. You could do anything you want with the property. You know, but most people don't understand that. You know, and that's one of the things my mentor taught me when I started in this business. And he says, Toyin, the first thing you do is you get the control. Okay, and so once I get the control, the rest is easy. That's how I've been able to buy about more than 400 properties. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video, and you've seen Andre. Okay, the question you have to ask yourself is this: do you want to go to one of those 3-day seminars, or you want to actually do it and get paid while you're doing it? Because Andre actually makes money even though he's in training with me. Okay, so you're going to invest some of your money, but while you're in training, you get paid too, right? So which means really I should be charging you guys more than I'm charging to train you. So just go ahead and click below if you want to get into this program and get started, because I only have so much time to train people. I only got time for a few people, okay? And so, you know, and even sometimes if you get in, I'm still going to qualify you, because if you don't qualify, I don't have to work with everybody. So if you don't qualify, I'm just going to return your money and say, you know what, I would like to train you, but I can't because, you know, we don't click, or you don't qualify, or if you don't do what I say, I'm not going to train you because I don't really need your money, okay? All right, but I will want you to get trained even if it's not through me. If you really want to make money in real estate, you need somebody holding your hand. All right. And so hopefully I'll see you on the inside. So this is a glimpse of what you will be learning in the program. This is just one aspect of real estate, just a tiny little bit aspect. And real estate is very vast. If you know and understand that the wealth of the U.S., of the whole country, half of the wealth, $27 trillion, is held in real estate, then you will know why you need to be part of this industry. And if you're not part of it, you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, you can be part of it the right way by getting the right training so you could make money and not be frustrated like 95% of the investors, or wannabe investors, I call them, who take all these seminars. They go to seminar from seminar to seminar. They read all these books, but 95% of them never buy one single property. And it's very simple, because you can buy books, you could read books, okay, but it does not compare with somebody holding your hand and showing you what they've done, because they have done it and they can show you how to do it. It's a lot easier, it's quicker, and you get to the top faster. You start making money quicker, and you become one of the few that makes $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 a year. So it's amazing, Toyin. Click below and make sure that you join the program that's going to start very shortly before I close the program, and I don't know when I'm going to offer it again. So you could go click below, or go to gicdealfinders.info. You could find us there, or you could go to the magicofrealestate.info. You also find us there if you are just watching this and you didn't get an email from me, because this video is now public for everybody. It was private, but now I make it available for everybody. All right, thank you, and see you guys at the top.